What's up, guys? Luke here. Let me know if you can hear me, see me okay. I'm just checking on my webcam now for you all. Click out of that. Let me know in the comments if you can see me okay, hear me okay. Awesome. What is up, guys? Good morning here from Australia. Probably good evening to most of you, depending where you are in the world. What's up, Ken, Ala, Deborah, Julie, Tom, Ala, Sherry, Jeffrey. Hello, everyone here today. Awesome, guys. It's Ken says it's 12:05 in Hawaii. I would love to be back in Hawaii right now. Cool. What's up, guys? Good to see you all here today. So we are here to talk about e-commerce, which is what I'm really excited about today, because actually e-commerce was actually the second way I started making money online when I first got started in the whole internet marketing world. So a lot of you may know my story. I'm not going to go into it too much now, but basically I went to university, got a huge uni debt, didn't know what to do afterwards, couldn't get a job, started my own business doing local marketing, because if you don't have much money to start up a business, the best thing you can do is use your services on other people's businesses and have them pay you for your skill set. So that's kind of what I started to do there. I definitely made mistakes on other people's businesses when I was learning and whatnot, which I can admit now. Back then I thought I was doing everything right, but you live and you learn, right? But it was a good learning curve then. And when I learned how to do things back then, I thought to myself, I'm making all this money for everyone else's businesses, and I'm doing Facebook ads, and I'm doing Instagram, and I'm doing all these different things, watching other people's businesses explode. But now my time's so I don't have much free time. How can I go out and make businesses online that will actually generate me money without me having to be there, me having to be the face of it, and that can actually be my own businesses. And that's when I looked to e-commerce. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. What we're going to be doing is actually going through the 3 key ways that people make money online with e-commerce. There's basically 3 different ways that I'd say 99% of people do e-commerce. So we're going to go through those 3 ways. Next, we're going to go through some of my actual businesses, and I'm going to show you how I started them, and they're basically the strategies I used to start to make money and make about $1,000 a week on autopilot from absolutely nothing, with a very low initial investment and whatnot. I'm not going to go through and show you what everyone's doing now in 2017. The main ways I see people making money with e-commerce. My friends that are absolute monsters in e-commerce I've been following them in their journey, so I'm going to go through that as well. We're going to go through things like what are the different ways that people are doing e-commerce on websites. So do we want to use Shopify? Do we want to use Wix? Do we want a WordPress site? So we're going to touch on that there as well. I'm going to do some question and answers with you guys. I'm then going to go through some of the frequently asked questions I've seen in the group over the past week or so. There's been a big stir in the Instagram world that everyone's freaking out about, so I want to cover that with you all. That's one thing that people are talking about: shadow banning. What is a shadow ban, and is it real, and how is it going to affect you, if at all? And secondly, a big service provider called Instagress actually got shut down by Instagram. Well, they asked them to close down. I've spoken with the Instagress team, so I have a bit more information there, but as always, I'm here to look after you guys, so nothing to worry about, but I want to make sure you guys are updated and all feeling all good again there. So let me see, I'm just going to get to the comments here, see what everyone here, yeah, Steve says I was lucky that I couldn't get a job. I honestly think because I couldn't get a job, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Guys, yep, the replay will be sent out today. I'm going to see if I can get my YouTube channel up. So I put everything on my YouTube anyway, so if you guys want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't really, where's my channel? Maybe hopefully this will send you guys to my channel. If you want to subscribe over here, I always upload things directly. I'm going to put it in the chat box. Hopefully that takes you to my channel. I'll put heaps of my videos in here so you guys can constantly go through and get updated. A big thing that I'm going to be doing next month is actually trying to take over YouTube. I haven't really actively used it before, except just for uploading photos for my sites and for Facebook and stuff like that. But now I want to start to really make a following on here, do exclusive YouTube stuff. I've got my videographer full time with me now, so I've got a make the most of that and really jump in to see how to best optimize YouTube. So that's what's going to be happening. So go over there and subscribe there if you would like to. And in saying that, let me get started here. Julia says I have bright white spots on my face. It's probably because wherever I was leaning, there is light coming in through these blinds. Hopefully that doesn't bother you guys too much. Let's keep an eye on the screen and we'll get started with today's training. So who's excited? Give me a yes in the box if you're excited, because I'm excited today. Because this is a very actionable way you guys can all get started with creating your first e-commerce business online. And hopefully this is going to answer a lot of the questions many face when they first look at this actual system. So put a number 1 in the box if you are already involved in e-commerce, and put a number 2 in the box if you have never done e-commerce before and it's something you're just looking at getting started with, or potentially a way to make some money online. So there's quite a few 1s here. Also lots of 2 as well. Cool, lots of 1s, lots of 2. So a bit of a half-half crowd here today, which is cool. So I'm sure a lot of you guys that are in the number 2 box, number 1 box that are doing e-commerce probably know a lot more than me in a lot of areas, because again, I'm no expert, but I found a way to really simplify it, start to make some serious sales very simply, very quickly. And that's what I want to share with you today. And mainly we're going to look at Instagram and Facebook with this training today. So let's get started here right now. So as you can see on my screen, there is an article here from a company that I regularly share with you guys here. Now, this company is called Frank Body. It's a coffee scrub that people, these 2 girls, they worked at a coffee company. They got their old coffee grind. They've started to package it. And after packaging it, they then sold it as like an exfoliator for your body. And they turned this company from a $10,000 side business. Now they do over $20 million in sales every single year. Now, guys, that's not profit, but think about how much basically a leftover coffee grind in a brown bag is going to cost. Not too much at all. So they're going to be making some serious profit. They're 2 girls from down in Melbourne here in Australia that are killing it. So this is their actual range, how they've expanded out into other products now from their initial brand there. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold. So that's one company showing you how they're doing it there. This is their Instagram account, and this is their primary way of driving traffic. So you can see they've got lots of different content, very well branded. They've got some new little bag there that they use their coffee grind in. And I can scroll through, and this is the old one here with the old brown bag behind it here. So I'm going to show you some examples of companies that are doing really big numbers on these different social networks and doing e-commerce, and then we're going to show you how you can replicate these businesses. And this is the first way people do e-commerce, when they actually go out and buy stock for their own brand. So there's 3 different ways I said earlier. The first is going to be going out and buying stock yourself, holding the stock yourself, or having an actual shipping company send it out to each order. We'll talk about the positives and negatives of that in a minute. That's the first way. The second way is drop shipping, so we're going to talk about that. And then the third way is print on demand. And I've got something very cool to share with you guys that today. But let's start off with buying your own stock. And that's the first way I got started, because I had no idea these other 2 methods existed back then, sorry. Here's another example of Kylie Jenner's lip kit. She made this lip kit. She bought massive amounts of stock online, went ahead and put it online through her Instagram account. It sold out in seconds. Again, it is a Kardashian, basically, so of course everything's going to sell out in seconds. But it instantly went for 10 times the amount on eBay itself. Another example is HiSmile. I used this example last week in our influencer network. This little teeth whitening company with a little mouth kit in a box here. Again, they buy bulk stock of this actual product. All I've done is put a little brand name on there. It's a very, very simple branding as well. And these guys are making, I think they made over $10 million last year from this actual system. So how did I go ahead and create my own? I'll show you one of mine all the time, Kiss Strips. I think I've actually got a website up here for you guys. This here is my teeth whitening company called Kiss Strips. I have basically this little teeth whitening box. I'll show you a box of it here on screen right now. You open it up, and you can see on the screen there, as well as here, we have these little individual strips that then go ahead, they put in your teeth and they whiten your teeth. We also have a little pen here as well, teeth whitening pen that I sell for 25 bucks. Again, I have bulk stock of this. I have so much stock behind me here as I'm trying to rearrange my life in my office. So basically, guys, these are all we're doing in all of these instances. People have gone ahead and bought bulk stock, branded it yourself, because that's one of the big benefits when you buy your own stock in bulk. You can brand it, you can design it, you can have your own logos on it and everything like that, and create an actual brand. And then what you then do from then is sell it as your own brand through these social networks. So let me show you some examples here of how we can go ahead and do this. If you wanted to replicate any of those examples, the first one I'll show you is the coffee scrub one. So if I type in coffee body scrub into Alibaba. Now, Alibaba is without a doubt the biggest marketplace online to find anything and everything you want that you can buy in bulk stock with your own branding on it. Again, with drop shipping, you normally can't go ahead and put your own designs on the products. They're already pre-made products that you then have to then sell with their already pre-designed on it. There's benefits and negatives to that. But if you're wanting your own brand, then this is the way you would go to do it. So I typed in, let me get out of that, coffee body scrub, straight away a coffee bag here, all these different coffee bags, so I can just put my logo on here. Cost me between 2 cents to 30 cents a piece, depending on how many I buy. Scrolling down, you can see the same one here. Black bag ones here. Buddy Scrub, this is a big company here in Australia, this Buddy Scrub. So I've actually found the actual, let's start look at the website for this one. Let's go Buddy Scrub. I actually believe these guys are in supermarkets. So this company here, Buddy Scrub, you can see a bunch of their different products that they have there. Raw cacao, scrolling down. Let's see what they have on Instagram. Let's see what their Instagram account looks like. And this is the process I would do if I was going to be going out to looking to create an actual brand or product, see what my competitors are actually doing, and go over their actual accounts. And so you can see how what they're doing that's working for them and what's not. So you can see here, we can go back over to this here. I found the actual distributor for this coffee body scrub here instantly, and all I would then do is come to these guys, say I want my logo on it or a different color bag or whatever it might be. You can see here they're doing multiple different color packaging. They got different people, different one, Dirty Derek, that one's called there. And I'm paying between 1 cent to 30 cents a piece with, they say, 10,000 pieces minimum. So this is one thing I want to talk about when you're going out and buying bulk stock, is that while it sounds great, these are really cheap, and you can sell that for between 20, 30 bucks a piece. How much are these guys selling it for here? $15, $17. They're pretty good, pretty cheap, but a massive markup on the initial investment, right? Now, remember, these are the Chinese usually in most of these cases, and Chinese are really good at negotiating, so I would never just take their first the first estimate here as what you're going to be paying. You could always negotiate down, and it's frustrating, it's annoying. I wish there was just a price there. Just like when I come to America, whenever I see the bills in the, even menus without tax and gratuity included, I'm like, why can't we just put it all together, make it very simple, make it very easy? I don't know, I guess that's the way the world works. So you're going to have to negotiate if this is the way you want to go down. Later in this webinar, we'll talk about negotiation tactics, how to actually and get the best deal for yourself there. But the minimum order quantity can always be less than this usually. And what you just simply do is contact the supplier through Alibaba, go through and contact many of them. One thing that I always do is say, guys, I want to have a win-win. I want to work with you guys for the long term. I've contacted a bunch of other suppliers. Please give me your best offer out the gate. Then you'll get a bunch of people that will reply to you with their best offer. You can make them then compete against each other to get the actual best deal themselves. So that's one example there. Let's have a look at teeth whitening. So let's have a look at the example with these guys here. And then we'll do some of your examples of the niches you're in, teeth whitening. Let's have a look at my teeth whitening strips actually, and I'll show you how I did this. So you can see here, all of these different teeth whitening strip companies are down here. And this was, I think this might have been the one that I actually used. So you can see this box here is literally the exact same box as this, the same size, the same dimensions. The internals are exactly the same. That's what the teeth strips look like. But all I've done is, because I bought in bulk, I had my own brand, my own product, my call to actions on the back here, everything designed the way that I wanted it to. So that's, oh, can you guys see my screen? I just want to make sure you guys can see my screen. Joe says he couldn't see my screen. Give me a yes in the box, in the comments if you can see my screen okay. Cool. Rasa says yes. Yes, cool. Awesome. So yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll continue on then. So if you can't see my screen, just log out, log back in. Hopefully it refreshes for you guys. So as you can see here on the screen right now, this is where I would have gone to, or one of these different suppliers that sold these actual advanced teeth whitening strips, and I said, hey, I want to buy this many with my actual brand name on it, my product, my design on it, and I then want to have this many orders sent to me. And it took a lot of negotiating back and forward and back and forward. And my initial investment here, I think it cost me around $4,000 initially, but I actually, I think my actual return per actual product was something like $17 profit every time I sold one of these out the gate. So I can quickly make that money back very quickly. But again, that means you do need money to invest initially, depending on what you're trying to buy from these different retailers. And again, it depends on how many you can actually, what deal you can organize with the actual outsourcer guys. So the first thing I wanted to share with you guys there is that. Now, what I highly recommend doing is, if you go down this route, is make sure you ask for a sample when you first go ahead and buy or start to work with an actual outsourcer, depending on what the actual product is. Because one little thing that happened to me, the first time I went and bought it, I had them send me pictures. I was really excited. I think it was about a month turnaround to get the products made, negotiating, finding out prices, having them send it to me, all in all. And I was amped up. I was like, this looks amazing. They said, do you want to have a sample sent out? I said no. And I actually went with the cheapest company I could find. And I said, no, it's fine. The pictures look great. Then what happened was, I got the product sent to my door. I think I ordered 2,000 boxes initially. And what happened? Well, they didn't add, like, this box here has been printed on the box. That is, in the design has. What the initial outsourcer did that I worked with initially, they got this advanced teeth whitening strip box and the inside strips, and they got their workers to simply stick a sticker on top of these boxes and on top of these strips. And because the actual sticker on here is actually white, this was actually a sticker rather than actually printed on the actual cellophane itself, what happens was it goes see-through, and I could see the brand name Advanced Teeth Whitening Strips behind the actual sticker itself. And on the box here, it just was horrible. They cut it out wrong, and they just slapped it on there. And I had 2,000 products that I couldn't sell because they stuck stickers on another existing box. So that is absolutely ridiculous. And someone says, what about the quality of Alibaba's products, blah, blah, blah. Some of them are really, really cheap, which is why you need to get a sample first, guys. Now, the second big mistake I made was I actually had no protection with this because, one, I paid them on PayPal with 2 transactions, one up front and one when they completed the order, which is stupid. And as soon as you do that, what is going to happen with PayPal? They'll then say, sorry, you don't qualify for our buyer protection because you made split payments. So whenever you're going to go ahead and pay in bulk, if you're going to be using PayPal, make sure you just use one actual payment itself. I recommend don't use PayPal, use your actual bank transfer, because then if anything goes wrong, you can do a chargeback with your bank, and you're much more likely to win through a chargeback with your bank than you will on PayPal, because there's a lot of different ways that they protect the seller and the buyer. But if you do something small like a split payment, you automatically are disqualified from doing that, guys. So that's what happened the first time. I simply, rather than getting too upset, I went ahead and gave all of those products to influencers on Instagram saying, hey guys, here's an old sample. We were testing it out, but I want to give this to you guys. I want to send you guys three months worth of teeth whitening strips for free. All I want is one shout out for them or two shout outs or whatever I negotiated with each influencer. And I said to them, this isn't the final packaging. This was the original packaging. We were testing it to see what it would look like. Hope that's okay. Most people were fine with it, and then we got a lot of free traffic that way. But I had to go ahead and rebuy these at a slightly higher price through a better vendor that actually created these the way I wanted them to. So that's kind of what happened after that, but now they're all good. But that's a mistake that I made, so hopefully you guys don't have to. So in saying that, let's have a look at some of your examples here. What do you guys want to see? What niches are you in that we can then look at products related to sell? Even if you don't know what the product is yet, write down what your niche is in the comments here, and let's do a little bit of researching to see what we can find. Excuse me. Pets, cats. Okay, let's have a look at pet. One big one on here is always going to be pet costumes. So, dog costumes here, $1.50. You can sell these for 20 bucks. I've bought shirts for my dog for $30 online that are ridiculous. Look at this. You turn him into 50 cents for this one. You turn your dog into a lion for $2.70. Now, that is a much higher perceived value product. And we're going to talk about that probably in webinar 2 next week, looking at the perceived value. When it comes to e-commerce, you're always going to be looking for something that has a much higher perceived value and a very low initial cost. So you can see things like here, dog costumes is one. Let's just type in pets in general. So pet leashes, pet toys, pet wipes, pet everything, pet rollers, pet tape, whatever it is you're thinking about. Let's type in dogs. Actual stuffed dogs, dog umbrella, stainless steel lice comb. So that's not a very attractable product, a lice comb, but you know, if you have a dog store, it might be something you want. And these different products is a much better option to start looking into actual drop shipping, I personally believe, because you don't need to buy a lot of stock, because this stuff here is already created for you. You're not going to really brand this stuff with your own logos and whatnot, I presume, anyway. It's stuff that you're probably going to sell on your site as is. You'll have your brand name of your site, and then you sell these generic products on your site itself. Let's type in dog brush maybe, or cat dog brush. So dog brushes are there. You'll find absolutely everything on Alibaba. Let's have a look at. Wow, interesting one. Horse-related jewelry. I've never heard of that, but let's see if there's any horse jewelry. So oh, no, it's horse-related jewelry for humans, maybe. So there you go there. Let's have a look at yoga. That's a good one. And let's look at for something that has a low cost with a high perceived value. No one skipped yoga socks, so for $1.69, you can probably sell them for 10, 20 bucks a piece. Yoga mats, I know they sell for 20 bucks a piece sometimes. Yoga tights, so you can get your own yoga tights designed. Yoga wheels. Yoga roller. So I bought one of these on eBay the other day for I think 25 bucks, and they're $4 here on Alibaba, which I should have gone here to get. So that's an example there. Let's have a look what else there is. Let's see what else is here. Spiritual jewelry. So every type of jewelry is going to be on here for you guys. And jewelry is a good one that has a low cost but a high perceived value. Now let's go high hair products. So you'll find all different types of hair products. You'll find weird things like this, hair growth things and whatnot. bunch of different stuff here related to hair. Now, what you can also do, if you're looking to see what's selling that's hot, usually they have a hot selling area on here, wholesale fashion, consumer electronics. They'll show you what the hot related products are in the different areas. So let's find suppliers by region as well. You can do that down here. Let's say I wanted to see what are in electronics. So I'll click on here. iPhone cases. Now this is a cool way to catch a trend. So say there's a new iPhone coming out that we know is going to be a different size. What you can do, you can come to here and actually go ahead and search for products before they're actually released, and then create a site around them. I know I was going to do it, and I stupidly forgot about it. About a year and a half ago when they announced the iPhone 7, I bought iPhone7headphones.com. I could have gone here and typed in iPhone 7 headphones and then sold these adapters and sold these different things. See, like this I'd buy in an airport for 20 bucks. It's a sale here for $1. Here's one that has both. It's a multi one. That's a pretty cool thing. I have an iPhone 7 and I can't even use. It's frustrating because I can't use my old jack anymore, because on the new iPhone the jack is completely different. But the $2 here, I can solve this problem and sell it for $20 online. You see how that would actually work. You do Facebook ads around that. Target users of iPhone 7s, because everyone is going to have this issue. I guarantee it, because they can't plug their old jack into the bottom of their iPhone 7. It just doesn't fit. And then go ahead and target that product with that actual match, and we know that's going to be a need there. So that's pretty cool. Now let's jump over. Let me go through these comments now, but we're going to have an actual part on questions very shortly. Guys, there's definitely going to be a recording. Hotel industry. We have a boutique hotel in the Hamptons. So if you have a boutique hotel, what is it that your goal is? Are you actually trying to sell products in your boutique hotel? If so, then what type of clientele are coming to your hotel? Or alternatively, are you wanting people to come into your hotel and have a better user experience and feel more connected to your actual brand itself? If you did, you could type in something like maybe soap, branded soap, and then you could create your own branded soap with your company brand logo on it. And then when they come to your place, they then actually feel more connected to your brand because you have branded out. You could do it. And another word for it is OEM, I believe it is. OEM beauty. Let's have a look at beauty. So these are different products here that you can go ahead and then brand in your own branding of a pre-existing product. And then you could have these as a little giveaway pack, a little welcome pack potentially for your hotel. That connects them more with your brand. They're going to tell people about that. No other hotel really does things like that. It won't cost you very much if you get a nice little, if you get the low cost value here with a high perceived value. It's a nice little touch there as well. But if you're wanting to sell things in your actual boutique hotel, if you're in the Hamptons, maybe you wanted to do a yoga mat, for example, and have a little yoga pack, have a little, maybe just, one that I really like that I have whenever I fly, sometimes the airlines give you a facial refreshing spray. Refresh spray. Rose water spray, that one looked good. So these little sprays here, these ones are a bit big, but you could contact these guys and have them put them into a small little spray bottle, and it's just a little refresh spray for your face. It makes you feel amazing when you're flying, when you're out and about, when you're a bit hot. It's a really nice little tip there. So maybe something like that could be nice for you guys. Candles also great one, Eleanor. Candles is awesome. Cool, yeah, no worries. So let's continue on from here. So that is if you wanted to go through Alibaba and buy bulk stock yourself. Now, the next way is on AliExpress, which is this one over here. Same owners, but this is all about drop shipping. Now, you can see down here some of the flash deals they have. So this is where you can get some really high perceived value products for very, very cheap. So we're going to go through these here. And the way that this works here is that you never touch any of these products. You never see any of these products. You don't need to buy bulk of these products. If there's a return, it doesn't go to you, it goes to the initial wholesaler. They send it out for you, they ship it for you, they do absolutely everything, and you simply make the profit margin you decide to sell the actual product for, which sounds a lot better, right? But there are some downsides to this. The first one is you don't get to brand these products with your own designs, with your own logos, nothing like that at all. Secondly, the shipping does take a lot longer than if you had the product yourself and sent it yourself or had someone on your own team doing it. They're doing it from China. They're trying to minimize their cost. It's normally going to take a couple of weeks actually to go ahead and do this from here, but it's a very similar process. You can see different things that I might like. But let's go ahead and search for something here. I'm going to go through a different example that you guys might have. Good question by Marius. When you dropship, do customers see the real cost from AliExpress? No, they don't. They don't see the real cost at all. I'm just going to find another example. Let's go weight loss, for example. So weight loss products here. If I had a weight loss site, I could then sell these different products on there. And then what would happen is every time they get sold, the actual vendor then goes ahead and will send this actual specific product out to that user with free shipping here in this case. So the only thing you're going to pay is $11. You might upsell this product for $30. You make that $20 or $19 change there straight into your bank account there. Now you'll see some of these will actually not have free shipping. It's always good to find the ones free shipping because sometimes the shipping costs will be a lot more expensive than the actual product. So make sure you're always looking at what the shipping cost actually is down there. What else do we have here? Someone says goth. That gets a sub niche there as well. So different goth lingerie, different things gothic, I guess. Jewelry here. So here's going $1 a piece, and actually the shipping here is $1.98, so about $3 a piece here for that to be packaged, shipped, sent, delivered to that actual user. And as I said earlier, something that people are doing in 2017 and 2016 is that free plus shipping model. And we'll talk a bit about that once we've covered this little section here, because it's definitely a profitable way to do it, but there are some positives and negatives to that as well. So again, today's webinar, just to make sure you guys know, we're going over the basics of e-commerce, and then next week we're going to actually tie this in to an actionable solution that will create your own website that will actually grab the best products, that will show you how to find them very, very quickly, how to tie it all in together to actually make a positive outcome that can have you guys up and running very, very quickly. But I want you guys to think about these different strategies so when we come back next week, you know which way you want to then go. So I hope that's cool with you guys. So that's Gothic there. What else is here? We've got fashion, travel accessories. Travel accessories is a good one because these are niches that people are constantly always going to be doing. And we'll talk about niches in a minute as well here. But again, these are things that people buy every single day from the store or online that you can get from here for absolutely nothing. So that's pretty damn cool. Luggage tags, covers for your passports that I'm really good at losing. So you guys got to get the idea. And again, all these different products you never touch, you never see because they're drop shipped from the actual supplier. Teeth whitening. I'll show you those teeth whitening strips, those basic ones here. You can go ahead and sell the exact same product as this, except from doing this from here, you're not buying any stock. You're not actually having to touch the actual product, but in saying that, these products are already branded. So if you're trying to make your own brand, then this way won't be for you. You're going to want to buy bulk stock to do that, designed and branded in your way. And we all know the power of a brand because then you have an asset that you can then sell later in the future as well as a whole. If I wanted to sell kiss strips, which I'm actually looking at potentially doing soon, I can do that because there's a brand behind it and we're the only company that are allowed to sell kiss strips because they're mine, right? On the flip side, if you're getting started, you can still meet people that have the need of wanting to have whiter teeth with an actual product just like this here. You can see here these teeth whitening syringes and the actual mouth guards are exactly the same as this here, just without the High Smile brand. So you can still sell this actual product here. How much are they doing it drop shipped? For $6 a piece, you can sell this for, how much are these guys selling it for? Let's have a look. Products. So $39, $79 for the actual, $80 for the kit. You can get it here, basically the same kit for $7. So that's about what, $60, $70 profit margin. How much is it here? Yeah, $70 profit margin basically, which is pretty damn positive, right? And that's a pretty nice little return from doing that there. Or this one here, this one's even cheaper, and so on and so forth. So think about how you can use that together there. So let me pull up a Word document. We'll recap this here. This isn't the one I want. Recap what we've done here, and then we're going to go on to print on demand. One second, guys. Let me just jump over here. And put in number one in the box if this is making sense to you guys, and you've had a few aha moments so far. Put a number 2 in the box if you're still a bit confused. It's all good, and we can go from there. What's up, Mr. Ma? Welcome to the webinar. Is the quality good? The price is low. Yes, guys, the quality is often really good. Again, you should check it out first if you're wanting to. Wanda says, aren't there certain issues selling products like teeth whitening and weight loss regarding the FDA? So again, FDA, that's America, right? So wherever you're going to be selling in the world, there's going to be different rules and regulations. Most of these outsourcers do know the rules and regulations and actually create the products so they fit 99% of the world. If you're doing drop shipping, they're not actually going to allow you to actually sell to those countries. They won't send them there because they understand this. If you have your own stock, they'll talk to you when you're going to buy the stock about your own country importing rules. So, for example, these teeth whitening strips, these have the same rules as the FDA, how much peroxide I can have in each strip without being a dentist. There's actually, and I've researched it as well. Whatever you're going to be selling, make sure you do a quick Google. You'll very quickly find the information you need, and also speak to the outsource, because again, the outsourcers are there to make as much money as possible, so they need to know these laws and have their products actually passed for the key areas around the world to actually be a profitable business. Still a bit confused? Cool. Let's we'll go through, or anyone that's confused, we'll go through that in a minute. So let's talk about the 2 different ways we've gone through so far. So we've got buying in bulk from Alibaba, and then we've got drop shipping from AliExpress. Now let's go down here. Let's go to positives. Positives are buying in bulk from Alibaba, which means 1, you get your own brand. Having your own brand is huge if that's the way you're wanting to go. If you're wanting to create one specific product that has its own brand, that people then want to go, oh, I want to buy kiss strips rather than I want to buy some teeth whitening strips online. They want to buy your brand. It means you can have brand loyal customers. It means you can get super creative. By creative, I mean you can then go out to influencers and have celebrity endorsers, social media endorsers of your actual brand itself, and whatnot. So negatives of this, though, are you need to buy in bulk. So we go negatives. You also need to negotiate the best deals. Fulfill the orders yourself. So what I might mean by that, need to be more in control of your stock. You need to be looking at when your stock's getting low, so then you need to reorder more stock to come in before you actually sell out of your initial order. And also remember that you're going to have to buy that stock with profits. Now that sounds pretty straightforward, but I've done it before where I've sold out. I'm like, awesome, made all this money, and then I forgot that I had to then buy more stock, which means another couple of grand for my specific order that I already took out of the actual profits, and goes, oh, okay, actually I didn't make as much profit as I thought because I need to be buying more stock. So the way I do it now, every single sale I make, I ensure that part of that goes into a kitty for that next amount of stock that I then need to buy. Now, that's they're basically the key areas of that. Oh yeah, and remember to always get a sample before you commit. Always get a sample before you commit, for obvious reasons that I discussed earlier. So drop shipping from AliExpress. Positives of this are you don't need to buy any stock. I get started with no money. So it's a very good way to get started. If you have no money at all, that you can go ahead and start selling right away and they'll do everything. But in saying that, profit margins are not as high. So the actual initial cost is probably going to be a little bit higher than if you bought in bulk, which means that the actual outsourcer is making a bit more money themselves. But drop shipping also means, that it means that you can actually go ahead and choose your own profit margin without ever seeing, touching, or looking at the product. And make sure you take into account the shipping cost. So by saying that again, and sometimes the shipping cost outweighs the cost of the actual product, then when you go take into account your profit margins and everything like that, it may not be worth actually selling that product online because it's not worth doing. So in terms of returns, someone says, Seaton says, how do you arrange for returns to go back to the supplier in China? That means it's going to go back, well, if you're doing drop shipping, the actual supplier themselves will send it back to where it came from. So that's the way it'll work from there. So negatives of drop shipping, again, you can't brand it yourself. It's going to cost you a bit more per piece when you do sell it. If you buy in massive bulk, you can get things for cents, versus if you drop shipped it, it might cost you $1 or $2 per piece, which is still really, really good. So they're the two key negatives there. But one key strategy, that's still a key strategy for drop shipping. So one thing I always see is the free plus shipping model. If you know what a free plus shipping model is, put a number 1 in the box, don't put a number 7, just to make it random. So 1, 7, 1, 1, 7. So some people do, some people don't. We have a very half-half crowd today, which is cool. Let me run over it quickly. So what you'll often see marketers are doing now for e-commerce is they go into Facebook and they are running ads that say, get this X, just pay shipping. So they might say, get this amazing brand new necklace here of a spider, because the new Spider-Man movie's out, for example. All you need to do is just pay shipping, where they then get, so then the product is free for the buyer. Shipping, they'll then say shipping is $9.95, so $10 shipping. Now, they'll go to AliExpress, and then they'll find the actual necklace for, I don't know, let's say $1, which is delivered for free because it's free shipping with that AliExpress buyer. They then charge, say they spend $4 on ads to get that actual sale. That means they've got $5 total, and then they've got $4, so $5 cost with a $4.95 profit, which doesn't sound like much, but when you're doing this on Facebook and you're scaling it up and up and up, people are going to keep on buying free stuff. People love free. They don't mind paying $10 if they're getting it for free. Now, on saying that as well, I didn't believe it until I saw it actually through Adrian Morrison's actual account, that people buy multiple free items and pay shipping. So people add multiple free items to their cart and pay shipping over and over and over again. So they might get 5 necklaces for free, but pay shipping 5 times. So they're paying $50 for 5 necklaces, which in my mind's silly. I'd be like, why am I paying for shipping over and over? But people actually do it. So then you start to make some serious money. Now on Facebook, people like and they engage and they comment saying they can get a free necklace. They're blown away. They don't mind waiting a bit longer for that actual shipping to come because they know they're getting it for free, and that's how they're actually making money. Another area you'll see often is with booksellers. You'll see a lot of marketers that are saying, hey guys, I want to give you my hard copy book for free, just pay shipping. Now there's a few reasons why they do this. Yes, they actually have the physical book that cost them a couple of bucks to print. Then they're obviously going to send it to you for free. But that then will when you actually pay for that shipping, that's going to consider a sale for the actual book. And this is a bit on the side, but to actually get on the New York Times bestsellers list, it's not that hard to do. You just need to have X amount of I think it's $100,000 in pre-orders or something before you then, or $100,000 in sales before you then open the gates you need $100,000 in sales to get on the New York Times bestsellers, I believe, within 24 hours. So a lot of these marketers, they'll actually go out, they'll have you pre-order their book, and you just pay shipping, so it's a free book. You then go, oh, free book, awesome, I'll pay $10 for that, for shipping. You're actually paying $10 for the book. Pre-order is getting held there, and then when they have $100,000 worth, basically, they then say, okay, let's do the orders now. They order it all. Amazon, wherever they're selling it from, goes ahead and prints it all. They've then made $100,000. They're then on the New York Times bestsellers list, and that's kind of how it works there. So that's kind of cool. So I'll have a think about that. Now, they're the main 2 ways people are making money with physical products. What I want to jump over to now is print on demand. Who here knows what print on demand is? Put a number 7 in the box now if you do know what it is, number 8 if you don't know what it is. Pete says, thank you, I've been wondering about the details of the free book shipping. Yeah, now you understand whenever you see a free book for sale or a free book just pay shipping, that's kind of why it all works. So a lot of you guys know about free plus shipping. Some of you guys don't. What I want to share with you guys today is something pretty good. Belinda's has t-shirts, but it's not just t-shirts anymore. Also, everyone's doing it now, cups, t-shirts, blah, blah. Yes, there's going to be a replay, Bruce. There's always a replay. Don't worry about that, my friend. What actually happened for me is I went over to Maui about 2 months ago. I was flown over there by a company called Teechip, who I never actually heard of before. Now, let me see if I can get these guys up. I'm going to jump back over to my other screen. Give me a second here. Teechip. Now, give me a second. Now, this is a site here called Teechip, and I was like, oh, I've never really heard of these guys before. The site's pretty simple, pretty clean, but pretty simple. Also, they sell t-shirts, mugs, and cases, and that's about it. Now, I've heard of other sites like Teespring, like Viral Style, like all of these other different companies over here, companies that have been around the world that do this print-on-demand type of stuff, right? So that's what I wanted to. Oh, sorry, I just read a comment there. So yeah, I've heard of these different companies like Teespring and whatnot. Never heard of Teechip, but they said, Luke, I want you to fly over here to Maui. We'll pay for your flights. And we want you to come over with a bunch of other marketers around the world and really break down our business for us and see how we can best go ahead and expand in the American market. So I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds cool. A bunch of my friends are going over there that are in e-commerce full time. Again, I'm not an e-commerce marketer. I'm all about traffic and about giving free traffic for users, but and affiliate marketing a bit as well. So I was happy to go over and learn a bit about e-commerce and also learn about Teachip and actually learn how to do actual print on demand from the experts that are doing this, making tens of thousands of dollars every single day. Now, when I went there, I was surprised to find out very quickly that Teachip is actually the world's biggest print on demand company in the whole world. They're bigger than Teespring, they're bigger than VitalStyle, they're bigger than Gearbubble in terms of annual turnover. Except the thing is, they're not the biggest in America. And it was really cool to see this company come out and say, look, initially when we first started, we were big in America, but we had some running issues, and we basically had too many users that were using our software, and we couldn't adjust to the actual orders. So an order would come in, they couldn't print it for a couple of days, and that then got them behind and had their actual people that were using their software, using their site, to then switch over to one of the competitors. So they admitted they were in a problem phase there, and they made the mistake. They expanded too fast, and they didn't have the resources to go ahead and actually adjust to that massive, massive growth. But when they said that, and they said they showed the way they now run, I was absolutely amazed. They now run basically, they have 50%, they're always running at 50% of what they actually can do. So say they have a spike where it goes up to 60%, they still have 40% room throughout all their different printing stations around the world to adjust for that change. Again, like I said, they have printing stations around the world. So if I'm in Australia, the order will go to the closest printing station to me. If you're in America, if you're on the East Coast, they have an East Coast printing station, actually multiple. So the order will go there. So you'll get it within 24 hours usually from Teachip, which is pretty damn cool. And they had the launch of something called Teachip Pro, which is what I'm excited about to share with you guys right now. And actually, let me go Pro Teachip. And I've only actually signed into this because what I'm actually doing is organizing an actual affiliate type thing, whereas you'll sign up through my special link here. Not going to cost you anything, it's absolutely free to be a part of this, but when you're a part of my actual link, you'll get a lower base price initially, you'll get the first features, you'll be actually able to speak directly to the owners of Teachip. Just so you guys get an idea, these guys do hundreds of millions of dollars in sales every single year. They also print at their factories for companies like Adidas, like Reebok. These guys actually used to be the main printers. The actual side company, Scalable Press, used to be the main printers for Teespring when Teespring first came out as well. When they stopped that, they then said, okay, well, we're not working with Teespring anymore. Let's create our own. So now they've got something called Teachip Pro, which is why I went over there, which is pretty damn amazing. And some things that you guys can get an idea of. I forgot to mention this as well. For those that don't know what print on demand is, basically it means you can get a shirt, a mug, a cup, whatever it might be. Put your own logo or design on it, and then you can sell it online, just like we showed you before with the other products. Sell it online as your product, and what happens is that they'll then print the product, your coffee mug, whatever it might be, with your logo, your face, whatever you want to put on it, and then you make the profit. They show you what the cost is, and we'll go through an example of that in just a second here. But in Teachip Pro, something really cool is you can actually have your own domain name added onto the actual store. So say I want to LukeMcGuireT-shirts.com, I can then have all my products automatically synced onto that actual domain name there, and a bunch of other cool stuff that will go in a second here as well. But you can see different things I have here. And that this is only brand newly launched. So I'm going to sign in here again. If you sign up now, you'll basically won't be under my link, but I'll give you another link in future that you can then sign up to under me as well. So let's start a campaign right now and show you how easy it is to get started. Look, wow, we have Pierre Werner here who's done $430,000 with Teachip. I'm going to message him now because I'll hook you up with Doug, who's the owner. If you don't know him already, I'm sure you probably do. Awesome to have get your lower base price lowered and whatnot. So I've sent you my email, Pierre. So check that out there. Again, maybe we might even get you on here to do a little bonus section, bonus training if you want to, because if you've done $430,000 on Teachip, that is pretty amazing. WN, I haven't got a link to it yet, so I'll send that out to you guys. Shirts definitely do still sell, but again, you can sell everything on here. So let's go ahead and go and create campaign. And then you can go ahead and choose whatever type of product you're wanting to sell, whether it's an iPhone case, leggings, and cup, hat. They've got pillows coming soon, cutting boards coming soon, so they've got engraving tools coming, socks, infant onesies, leggings. That's a pretty cool one. That'd be a very profitable one for Instagram, going out to Instagram fitness influencers with their own brand names. Another really cool idea that I thought with this print-on-demand stuff is if you don't want to sell it online through ads and whatnot, why not go to a local business, a local restaurant, a local whatever it might be, and say, hey, let me design your uniforms for you. I'll have them here within 3 or 4 days. Each shirt's going to cost you $15 a shirt, $20 a shirt. You come on here, we're going to go, let's just do an example with I don't know, let's do an iPhone case. And we're going to do a chocolate iPhone case. Maybe might want to do let's just do a white one. Well, I can select both colors here very, very quickly. I'm going to upload a file. What file do I want to upload? Let's find something. Let's go to Google. I'll type in funny PNG. I'm going to go ahead. This is PNG. Hopefully, yeah. I'm going to view the image. I'm going to save this image to the desktop. And jump back over, upload this. And now I'm going to smaller, I'm going to put it there. There's my iPhone case. I'm going to choose which model I want it for. If I want it for a Samsung Galaxy or iPhone 7, 7 Plus, whatever it might be. So let's just do an iPhone 7 there. And then I can add other products. I can add a shirt in here. And you can start to add multiple different products depending on what you want to actually add into your actual site itself. So I'm going to continue over across here. And then what it's going to say is the actual base cost of this product is going to cost me $6 a piece with that actual logo printed on that case. I'm then going to sell it for $18. Let's say I want to sell it for $20. Say I'm going to sell 50. If I sold 50, then I'm going to make a $700 profit. And the great thing about Teachit Pro is that there's no minimum order quantities. When I used to do this type of stuff, you had to sell 20 pieces before they'd even print the actual thing and before you'd even make any money. With Teachit, you don't actually have a minimum order quantity. If you sell one, they're going to print it and you're going to make money. That's how it's going to work for you guys. You sell one t-shirt, they're going to print it, you're going to make money. And that's because of the way they actually do their printing. And the way they do their printing, it's not like the screen rollers, which takes a lot more time, and their actual companies need to actually go ahead and make multiple, they need to make multiple orders for them to be worth the screen printed. These guys have some crazy new technology that dips it in and it dips it back, and then they can actually do this one by one. So say they made 1,000 different sales with only one design on each, or 1,000 different designs. They're going to print that for you guys. It's going to be out the door the same day. They're actually striving towards doing an 8-hour from order to actually send out the door, have their own shipping trucks. They're crazy how big this company is, and I had no idea. So that's kind of where I came in to say, guys, we need to really show off how big your company is, because you'll find a lot of print-on-demand companies. They might have one outsourcer in China that's doing the print-on-demand. It might take forever, whereas these guys have different stations all around the world. They have one for posters, one for t-shirts here, one for t-shirts in the middle of America, one for t-shirts on the East Coast, so the customer gets their product very, very Gilberto can teach it better than the others for marketers. Yeah, it's really, really good. Some people said I dropped on the microphone. Sorry about that. But again, you can see here how that works. I'm going to continue here. They're going to go. I can then make my title saying iPhone rainbow case. Add in your call to actions and stuff like this. I can then go ahead and add in my link itself. So say I don't have a domain name, I can get started very, very quickly by saying something like funny. So pro.teachit.com/funny iPhone 7 case. And then people will then go to this link to buy it. So let me say if I want to do a storefront, I can have all my other products there as well. They've got things that are more in depth, like your conversion pixels. You can do upsells. So if they buy this one, then as soon as they bought it, they say, hey, do you want to get the matching t-shirt pack? Do you want to get the matching shirt? Whatever it might be, guys, you can have your upsells there as well to make money on top of that. This packaging slip upsell is absolutely amazing, guys. I'm going to touch on this quickly. Basically, what the packaging slip upsell means is when they actually get the product to their door, if you have this included, they're going to open the box and they're going to have a slip in there with actual other products attached to it saying, hey, Luke, you've just picked up the iPhone case. We are so happy you did this. We want to share with you our secret VIP iPhone cases related to whatever niche you're in that only you can get to right now. Here's a secret link that you won't find online anywhere just for picking up this item right now. They're going to go ahead and use that physical piece of paper that gets sent to them, go to that link. You won't see any print-on-demand company doing stuff like that, which is really, really cool and really powerful. And again, this is free to sign up to, guys. I'm not selling anything here. This is absolutely free to sign up to, which is pretty damn cool, don't you think? So I can put all this stuff in here. I can then launch the campaign, and then I can start selling this right away. And every order that comes in will get sold instantly. So let's jump over to Word again quickly and talk about some ways that we could use this and some ways that I've used this in the past. So let's go print on demand, T-chip. There's a bunch of other ones like Gear Bubble by Don Wilson is a really great guy. Gear Bubble, Viral Style, a bunch of other ones. I haven't really been through any of them besides T-chip. And because what I saw when I was overseas and the feedback from the other marketers and what they want to do for my audience by giving you guys a lower cost per unit and giving you guys a lot more freedom and actual direct contact to the head of this multi-hundred million dollar a year company. I thought, wow, these guys are really going really above and beyond. So this is what I'm looking at here. So let's have a look at how I did this. I looked at actual times of the year that had special events. So for me, I had giant football games. So in Australia, we have a thing called the State of Origin with rugby, and what that means is my state versus New South Wales, the state below me, they would actually go ahead and there's a thing called the State of Origin where they both compete. And what I would do is I made a big Queensland, which is where I live. I made a T-shirt that had a Queensland logo of the actual state that I live in, and it said Queenslander underneath it, which is what we call everyone in Queenslanders. And I sold that shirt like crazy before the State of Origin because everyone wanted to wear State of Origin clothes. Now, I didn't have any branding of State of Origin, breaking any copyright laws. I wasn't using the rugby league codes, logos or anything, but I had the thing Queensland there, which really, I guess, related to people like that. Now, again, you can then do that for Christmas. You can do that for New Year's. You can create stuff for birthdays. You can create stuff for people's names. I saw one yesterday on Instagram. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, with a white shirt on, saying, I'm pretty sure it was Photoshop, that was like, the best people in the world are born in November or something like that. So that person would have created that same shirt for January, February, March, April, May, June, July, whatever, and then targeted ads to people that are born in those specific months on Facebook and on Instagram. We'll do a training in future on those type of ads and how to actually find those people. Maybe even next week or the week after we'll do that. But you get how that would work. I see a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger wearing that type of shirt. I don't recommend using Arnold Schwarzenegger or any celebrity to look like it's endorsing your actual product and whatnot, but you get the idea of how that works. Even if I was born in November and which Cam and Arnold Schwarzenegger's not wearing it, I'm like, hey, that's a kind of cool shirt. You often see it on Facebook. You'll say the best name in the world is Luke, or the best name in the world is X, and you're seeing it, or the best last name, and your last name's on a shirt. You're like, wow, that's really cool. I'm going to pick that up and buy that right now. So there are different ways people are marketing on actual campaigns online. Just checking a few of these here. A few questions here. If you have any questions, chuck them in now. Mr. Amer says, as you shared this with us, why not sign up under you? Guys, yeah, for sure. I need to speak to Doug today. I wasn't actually going to share that with you guys, say T-Chip, because I wanted to make sure you guys all do get signed up. It's not even under me. It's just through my special link for free. It's all free. There's nothing to pay here. I don't make any money out of it. It just gives you guys a better deal and a better offer with T-Chip, because obviously Doug wants more vendors in there. He wants people to be looking to be using their service. And he wants them, if he wants me for sharing it, to be looked after by giving my audience the best offers ever. And I want to look after you guys. So that's the way it's going to work. Kenneth made $7 grand the first time you used Gearbubble. Great site. So guys, the link, I don't have the link right now. I'll send the link out after this. I'll put the link in the YouTube video if you're watching this afterwards in a replay. I'll speak to Doug right after this and get the actual link for you guys. And I'll make sure I send it out to everyone. I'll put it in the group. I'll put it absolutely everywhere that I can. It works worldwide. T-Chip works worldwide. They send worldwide. They have stations worldwide. Does it link to Shopify? No, I don't believe it actually does, because they're both separate delivery. The way they actually deliver, it goes through their own system. So it goes, like when an order comes in, it goes through their ordering system to the closest distributor, the closest printing area near them. Gets sent to them the quickest way possible. And which it's a crazy system the way that I saw it. Can I link to WordPress with a plugin? Potentially. I guess you can do anything with WordPress. So that's pretty cool there. Let's talk about now as well. Well, that's a good question. Do we want to be using WordPress, Shopify, or Wix for our online e-commerce stores? So again, this is going to be very, that depends on what you are comfortable with. Personally, I prefer either Shopify or Wix, sorry, not Wix, or WordPress. Let me scroll through here. So WordPress, I'll quickly go through the difference between these. WordPress means you need hosting, no recurring fees, need a bit more setup knowledge, a lot of freedom. So basically with WordPress, you need hosting to have it. So you need a hosting account that you're going to put your site on, that will store all your different files and whatnot. There's no recurring fees on it, which is a massive, massive benefit besides the hosting that you're paying for, which isn't very much, a couple of bucks a month really. You need a bit of knowledge to set it up and design your site. If you want to use it, you would use a plugin called WooCommerce, which is one of the main ones on WordPress, which is your shopping cart, creates your buy buttons and all that type of stuff. We'll do a webinar in future, how to create a WordPress site, and we'll look at that as well. Shopify, and there are thousands of themes. You just need to know how to edit them. Now Shopify, done for you. Hosting. So you don't need to buy hosting. When you sign up with Shopify, hosting's already included for you. It is recurring every single month. So there is a recurring fee with that. On the flip side, it's based for e-com. So Shopify is made for e-commerce sellers. WordPress is basically made for anyone and everyone that wants to create a website. So in saying that, sometimes Shopify is a much better option because that it's all built about selling products and products online, guys. So, but in saying that, you can do basically everything you can do on WordPress, you can do on Shopify. It's based for e-commerce. They have good support. Whereas on WordPress, there's not really support there for you. You have to actually contact the different plug-in vendors. So think about WordPress like an iPhone, and then you install the different apps from different vendors onto your iPhone. That's WordPress. Think of Shopify as a complete done-for-you tool for e-commerce sellers there. So they're the two ones I'll be looking at, WordPress and Shopify there. Going through a few different things here. Is WooCommerce good? Yeah, it's good. I use like my Keystrip site. Let me just jump back over. I'll show my Keystrip site, guys, quickly. is here, not this one here. Keystrips here. This is all done on WordPress. This is the WooCommerce plugin. Add to cart. All this stuff's done for you. Just a little basic knowledge of how to use WordPress. It's very simple to do, very easy to do. Free plugin, which is pretty cool. What's the best way to find influencers? So go on my YouTube channel, watch my webinar from last week, and that's all about influencers there. So that's pretty cool there, guys. I keep thinking I'm going to sneeze and then I don't, so it's one of those really frustrating times. My nose is going to sneeze and then it doesn't. So let's go over what we talked about today. We've gone over free plus shipping, we've gone over drop shipping, we've gone over buying bulk products, we've gone over actual print on demand. We looked at Teachip. I'm going to get everyone here that special link so your actual cost per unit is even less. We've gone over the basic ways that people are making money with e-commerce online. So have a think about it. Let it stew. Think about if this is for you, which way are you wanting to go? And next week, on next week's webinar, we're going to be going into more actual deep knowledge into e-commerce. And I've got two of my good friends, Ricky Mateka and Ross Carell, coming in to share with you guys a more in-depth training. And these are two guys that make so much money with e-commerce. It is crazy. Ross he's just an absolute animal as well. He has a whole warehouse where he buys crazy amounts of stock. Ricky Mateka, you might have heard of him before. About a year and a half ago, he was on our webinar last. Very, very passionate into e-commerce. So we're going to go through a bunch of free training there as well. He also has a solution, a software solution that ties all of this together for you that he's going to share with you guys. Not necessary, but if it's for you, you'll be like, wow, this is going to be a big game changer for you guys there as well. I'm actually getting him hooked up with Doug from Teachip as well to include that in a bunch of his training to hook him up as well. So it's a big team effort here that are trying to make everyone be really looked after. Everyone's saying print on demand seems like a good way to go. It definitely is if you can match the right product with the right vendor. And I was speaking with Doug, who is the co-founder of Teachip, and he says to me that sometimes the best sellers and the most ugly looking things, he has no idea how they sell, but people just go crazy for them. So if you get a winner, you have a big winner. And I might even get Ricky next week to talk about how to actually find a winner and actually what's a winning product. And the good thing with Teachip as well, they're going so far forward with thinking about what's a high perceived value product and how do we get the lowest cost for it. So they're about to roll out posters, posters for your wall. Imagine a poster, it's a high perceived value. People pay 20, 30 bucks for a poster, it costs them 50 cents to make. That's going to be a massive one and a big profit margin for you guys. So that's pretty damn cool. So in saying that, we've been here for an hour and 15 minutes almost. We're calling it the Social Profit Hour. If you enjoyed this today, if you learned something, hashtag Social Profit Hour here in the corner for me, guys. I want to see if you guys did enjoy this. I'm not no massive e-commerce expert, but you can see how if you find a simple product, get it for a low price, sell it online, make a profit margin, you can start to make some serious money pretty damn quickly, guys. And we're going to go more into this over the next week. During the week, I'm going to do some videos for you guys. Next week, make sure you're here same time, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, where we'll have the actual e-commerce experts coming into for you guys. And again, I shared this training today is because I'm no e-commerce expert, but I've made multiple businesses that have done over 6 figures in e-commerce, like my teeth whitening strips here, from following some very simple, basic rules. Find a product with a low cost, has a high perceived value, run traffic to it for that's targeted, and make sales. And again, in the following weeks, and this week, I'm going to do a video on how to get the traffic from Instagram, from Facebook that I've shown in the past as well, through Insta-Easy, through shout-outs, through everything like that, guys. So make sure you go ahead and keep an eye out for that. I'll send you guys a link for Teachip Pro. I appreciate you all being here today. Sorry that I've been a little bit sick, but I'm going to finish this up now. If you have any other questions, let me know now. What's my YouTube channel? I'll pull it up here. Hopefully this is a link. I put it in the chat box, so I'll send it again. go ahead and hit the subscribe button for that, because it'd be great to have you guys as subscribers. You'll never miss out any of my videos that I do. Awesome, there's been heaps of hashtags of the Social Profit Hour coming in. And hopefully I'm not getting sick. I feel like I'm getting a little bit sick over today. Oh yeah, cool. Good question. Torsten says, what happened with Instagress? So, site called Instagress. Basically, it was a competition to one of my tools called InstaEasy. They ended up shutting down over the past week. Now, they were the biggest one in the world for sure. They've been around for 5 or 6 years. They basically shut down, they said, due to the Instagram requested them to shut down due to their name, because too many people were considering the word Instagress as Instagram, and they were getting confused or something like that. That's why they said they shut down. So as a precautionary method for that, we've never been asked to shut down due to our name Insta, but they said because the word Insta's in there, that's why Instagress had to shut down. So we're going to change the actual sales page for Instamate. We're going to call it Instamate with an ER rather than an A. We're going to do some little precautionary measures for things like that. What we really think the reason, personally we think the reason they shut down was because they did things that really were frustrating Instagram, like auto-commenting. So these spammy comments on photos that related nothing at all to the photo, that were spamming people's feeds everywhere, that were not only frustrating users, giving them a bad user experience, they were also using a lot of the bandwidth of Instagram themselves. They got too big. And imagine that, all these engagements, all these comments and stuff going out every single day. It's such a huge volume. Instagram were having to put massive amounts of servers and stuff to accommodate for that. So I guess that could be a reason as well. I've spoken to them. They said it wasn't even Instagram that asked them to shut down. They said it was a third-party lawyer. I'm not really sure what's happening there, but you know, we've never been asked to shut down. We don't auto-comment. We don't do spammy things like that. Comments can be reported as spam. It's a really bad way to do it. I said it from the start that they were going to get shut down because of that. All InstaEasy does is like and engage. Sorry, like and follow, which are two value-added areas there. We're completely within the hourly limits there. We're going to be changing our name to Instamate and InstaEasy on the actual sales page itself. It's not going to affect any of you guys at all, so don't worry about that. We have scheduled maintenance for InstaEasy in a couple of hours. For about 4 hours, we're just updating our service for you all there. You guys don't have to do anything. It'll be coming. It'll just pause your accounts about 3 or 4 hours. Once it's done, it'll start right back up. So don't worry about that. We're just being completely looking after you guys to make sure that every little box is checked and there's not going to be no issues. Being proactive rather than reactive again. If Instagress's main reason for shutting down was because of their name, I'm sure they'll be back again with a different name very, very soon. So don't worry about that, guys. The difference between InstaEasy and Instamate. Instamate is all about posting content to Instagram, scheduling it, finding it from your computer, because you can't do that on your phone. InstaEasy is all about auto engagement, so liking and following people in your target markets 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What happened to InstaFamous, guys? We are so close to being there. Me and my PayPal manager sorting out the adaptive payments, which is the last hoop we're trying to get through. It's actually my developer's wedding tomorrow, so he's been a bit out of town as well the past couple of days. That is getting done very soon, so again, everyone gets that for free. If you look at the last week's webinar, there is a sign-up link for that in the description. So I'm just going through a few things here as well. Tell them congratulations, I sure will. Someone says, will there be any new version of launch of InstaEasy to get people to jump on board? Right now, InstaEasy is back at launch week pricing, and there is no upsells. We brought it back to launch week pricing for now because we knew Instagram users are going to be finding another alternative. So no upsells, 3 accounts for the price of 1 as well right now. So basically, after launch, it turned to $47 a month for 1 account. Now it's $47 a month for 3 accounts that you can automate 24/7. Works out to be about $16 an account a month, 24/7 engagement, 7 days a week. So that's pretty cool for you guys. Free training included, a bunch of other bonuses included for you all. So now's a good time to jump in. This is live, Adam, and there will be a replay that will come out later today. Link for T-Chip. I said this many times, guys. I'm going to send that to you very soon once I get it from Doug after this. Link for InstaEasy is www.instaeasy.com. Try to make it as simple as possible. Dawn, fan page domination. So guys, if you wanted to be in fan page domination, we're closing that up this week. Next week, Anthony is giving me everyone's logins there for the bonuses for that, which are pretty big bonuses, to be honest. So you guys will get that as well. So make sure to go ahead and if you haven't got fan page domination yet and you want to, this week's the last week we're leaving that open for. If you don't want to get it, totally cool. But if you have any of the bonuses there, you'll get them all next week. So don't worry about that, Dawn. Ruben says if you go through your T-Chip, guys, you don't have to go through my T-Chip because it's free either way. If you do want to go through my link that I do get for you guys, it basically means you get a lower cost per unit, which is pretty cool. And you get first access to all of their brand new things that they're running out. Just because I'm friends with the owner there, I'm not making any financial gain from that, guys. Again, I'm not all of I want to provide as much value to you guys as I can. And I said, if I'm going to share T-Chip with my audience, I love what you showed me, how good this software is. Can you do anything more for my audience? And they said, yes, we can do this. So you're getting a bunch of free things there for you guys. So cruising to the last thing here. Christine says video on Instamate, guys. Yeah, that's one for Chrome users. There is a small issue if you're not uploading the software in the right format. We are trying to solve this really, really quickly for you guys, so it actually converts it to the right format for you, because we know it's frustrating trying to change the format yourself. So that's coming as well, guys. So in saying that, guys, the replay will be out later today. We've been here for an hour and 20 minutes. It's been a lot of fun. And saying that, I'll finish this off now. Everyone have a great day. The replay will be out today. I'm putting it on my YouTube channel. I'll send everyone the T-Chip link. I'll put it in the description of the YouTube here after this as well. And saying that, I hope everyone has a really good idea. Make sure you're here next week for Ricky and Ross's webinar. They are the experts in e-commerce. Again, I'm not the expert, but I've done a few cool things with it. These guys are the ones that will really show you guys how to scale up, get started, set all these pieces we've shown you today into one actual system very, very quickly and get you up and running within 24 hours. So think about how you want to go forward and then pay attention to next week's webinar, which will be a lot of fun and huge value for you all. So, all right, I'll finish this off, guys, now, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon. And John, great morning in Queensland. Good to see you down at Currumbin. I was there for the dawn service for Anzac Day the other morning. Ryan, that is Ross Carell. He'll be on with Ricky Matejka next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.